Welcome back to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. We're joined by a couple of special guests, Galen Zook and Don Bach, who are here to tell us all about a special event that's coming up in Seneca. So welcome to the show, gentlemen. It's great to have you here. So,
good morning.
Tell me first a little bit about what you've got going on.
On Saturday, August 13th, 4 o'clock, we're going to have the second annual tractor pull. We're raising money to put a handicap swing in the city park. We're going to put money to the veterans. We did this last year, and we only had one sled, and the money went to the veterans. We did a backpack program and some other stuff. This year we're doing 2 sleds, and we're going to pull everything and anything, pretty much. And if we're going to do, we got food vendors, craft vendors. We're doing a 50-50 pot. We're doing a cooler raffle, and we just got a lot to do.
Gotcha. And so you said this is the second year for this. So what was the inspiration behind getting this started?
Last year, somebody said it couldn't happen, and we put it together in 3.5 weeks and made it happen. I was going to buy a pulling sled to do it, and I hooked up with Midwest Pullers to make it happen, and they're awesome. And this year we decided to go bigger and bring in more classes, more tractors and stuff. So this year we're going to do mini hot rods, razors, side-by-sides. We're going to do tractors. I mean, Galen will tell you all about the different classes, but if you ain't never seen a side-by-side pull, come on out. It's all for the veterans and stuff, but we are going to get that handicap swing made.
See, how important is it for the community to have that handicap swing? I know we've heard the stories of some of the bigger communities around here that have invested in handicap accessible parks, but for a community like Seneca, that's not something that can necessarily be easily done. So how important is this to be able to do that?
Well, our ex-fire chief, Darren King, had come up with this idea because he went somewhere across the state of Missouri to look at one that was put in a city park, and he wanted to make this happen. And my sister was handicapped in a wheelchair all her life. But, I mean, there's a lot of handicapped people, whether they're kids or adults, and they'll have the opportunity to wheel their wheelchair in there and just be able to swing. It's a factory-made deal. It's certified and stamped. It's nothing homemade. So that's what we're working on.
And that's something that's very important, is to also make sure that park is all inclusive so that everybody has an opportunity to get out there and just relax and enjoy.
Right. And if we get to the point where we can make this happen and it works, we're going to try to put one at the school. And then we might try to do, put one somewhere else.
Gotcha. And so, talking about the sled specifically, what all's going on with that? Because you mentioned you've got something special to talk about.
We're going to go ahead and just continue our Midwest Pullers. We're going to have our 16 classes. We'll start out, with the garden tractors. We got motorcycle-powered tractors. We got V8s. We're going to have some well-known vehicles there, or tractors there that's pretty popular, fans that like. And then on the antique sled, we're going to go with antique classes. We added pickups this year. We want to make something, we want to make sure that it's stock only, no pro stock pickups, because our sled can't handle the pro stocks because it's for the antique pulls. But other than that, we got several classes. There'll be a lot of entertainment. We'll have over probably 100 hooks on the garden tractor side, and we're probably hoping around 70, 80 hooks on the antique sled. So
there's a lot going on down there, and this begins tomorrow. You said 4 o'clock. And where do people need to go? What do they need to know if they want to get down there and take part in all of this?
The address is 13976 Bethel Road, and it's at the Seneca Rodeo Arena. And bring lawn chairs. We've got bleachers, but you might bring a lawn chair just in case.
Gotcha. And of course, it's going to be a little bit hot tomorrow, so you mentioned you've also got some vendors that'll be out there that might help cool people down.
Well, we have a big tent, like a fireworks tent, they're putting up tonight at 6 o'clock. So our craft vendors will be underneath that, and we're just going to kind of get some shade. Might have some big fans out there blowing some air around.
Everybody ought to be used to it by now.
Right. With what we've seen over this past summer, I mean, 100 degrees is nothing for most folks right now. So Well, gentlemen, thank you again so much for coming in this morning. And of course, if you missed anything, don't worry. We've got all of the information on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. And we'll be right back.